Everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the Foundry. I'm JB here with Sly and Ken, and today we're going to be reviewing the very first episode of Moon Knight. The very first season episode dropped a couple days ago on Disney Plus, and boy, I'm excited. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. This will be good.
Yeah, I left the episode with nothing but like positive intentions. Like you said, there's some nitpicky stuff that they could have been different, they could have been improved upon. It wasn't a perfection, but as a very first episode opener, man, I'm really excited about it. And plus, I feel like it's an obscure enough character to where I'm not like I don't know a lot about it, so I don't really have a lot of expectations either. So it's just like, all right, cool. Like I'm along for the ride. Like let's fucking do it, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah, and there's a lot of mythology and fun stuff and very interesting like historical shit. So I'm down.
Yeah, Sly, what do you got to say about this shit, man?
Right off the bat, one of my favorite things about this episode was the details in the very beginning when they showcase the main character.
But yeah, what about like what specifically? What do you?
I'm a little unfamiliar with people who have dissociative identity disorder, but I loved the fact that he has like detection systems for when he goes to bed to tell whether he's been sleepwalking. He has the ankle brace, he has the sand to see if he took any steps, and then he has the tape on the door. I love those details.
I actually tried the tape of the door tactic when I was a kid at my first house when on Christmas Eve because we didn't have a chimney. So I thought, how is Santa getting in my house to deliver presents when I don't have a fucking chimney? So I put tape on all the doors, told no one. And I woke up in the morning, all the tape was still there. And I was like, this motherfucker's magic.
Shit.
Just like Moon Knight. Moon Knight is Santa Claus.
Confirmed.
Yeah. Man, I really liked Oscar Isaac in this episode too. Like, I hope.
Same.
Yeah, it was great.
He's excellent.
Yeah, his character, Steven, I guess. Which, yeah, it was great. I really liked his character. He's a little twerp, you know. He gets walked off in his life, like walked off. He gets walked off. Walk me off, baby. Yeah. He gets walked on. It seems quite a bit. I like the goldfish thing. Little thing he's got going on. It just kind of reminds me of like, oh, he's a goldfish, doesn't have a great memory, like he's forgetful, like a goldfish, scatterbrain.
That's interesting. That's a good.
Jane.
Yeah, I
good
thought
connection.
that was like kind of an intentional thing, but maybe
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I agree with Oscar Isaac being really good. Like I feel like as soon as the episode started, I feel like this is a believable character. Like he is the character. Like he has this disorder or whatever, and like he's very sleepy as a result. He's on the bus, he's falling asleep, he's like just kind of socially awkward, and like he has this exactly, he's got this fascination with Egypt stuff, so he's working at the museum. He's talking to this little kid about like, oh, when they died, they pulled out all the organs except for the heart, and he knows all this knowledge about like old Egyptian stuff, but yet he's just working in the gift shop,
It's
doing
kind of
inventory
impressive,
and shit.
he's dedicating his off time to researching and studying about this, and every time he mentions it to his I guess boss or associate, she just like bashes him like a rat. She's
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna get the promotion, Steven. Just shut up and sell stuff at the
Yeah,
gift shop.
he definitely has like a huge passion with Egyptian mythology and stuff, and he's like super into it. So him being like working at the gift shop is like close but so far away, to his interest and passion. It was a neat little thing with that.
It's I wonder if, because I know Moon Knight has Egyptian ties, so I wonder if his character, like this persona of him, is interested in Egypt because of like Moon Knight and his other personalities, or if like
Coincidence.
he already would have liked Egypt. So it's weird. It's interesting to think about.
I've been thinking about that too. Like, what if the other side of the coin, his other personality, is he fully aware of all the goodies? Like, does he know what Steven knows?
Yeah.
Maybe, because remember at that one point in this one of the scenes where he grabs the phone and missed call is going back months,
Yes.
So maybe like whenever the Moon Knight like nightmare occurrences, werewolf bullshit started to occur, maybe that's when his like passion started to start up. Maybe I don't know, but I'm sure.
That's a very good way to put it. The werewolf bullshit. That's really what he is.
Yeah,
That is a great analogy right there, John. Good shit.
Thank
Good
you,
shit.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's where I don't know enough about it. I've got a bunch of fucking memes on my phone about Dracula owing Moon Knight money, and I think
Some
that's
money, yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, it's fucking funny as shit. I don't really understand him. I haven't seen a lot of like Moon Knight like content, comics, or anything like that material. I just know that Dracula better get his fucking money to Moon Knight ASAP, dude, or otherwise he's gonna fucking bust you up. Ethan Hawke, you know, he played a vampire in a movie once called Daybreakers, I think. That was pretty neat. Ethan Hawke's he was weird as fuck, dude. He had that Zen Osho vibe going on too, and
God, Wild Wild Country.
yeah, for sure. And he was just like, oh, it's like, will you accept the outcome of the scales? Like, absolutely fucking not, dude. No fucking way. It's like some old grandma lived to 99. Like, I've lived a good life, and it's like, no, you called the police on like Girl Scouts. You were not a good person. You were gonna get fucking murked off this planet. Get out of
That's
here.
like a hypothetical, like you're going to do something wrong, therefore you will die now. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
that's some deep shit for
yeah.
sure.
What's that one Tom Cruise movie where is it Tom Cruise where like he's like a time cop or something, and they're like, oh, someone's going to commit a crime, and they stop them before they commit a crime.
Yeah.
I forgot what
I
it's
feel like
called.
that kind of concept's been done, and it's always an interesting kind of idea to think about.
It's not even crime though. It's just like, oh, like this. I think it's based off they're a good person or not, because that's what it said. Like with the first guy, it's like, this is a good man in front of me. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're getting judged, Sly, you think the scales are in your favor, or you think like, no, this guy's bad. He's a bad man. He's a bad boy.
If I'm getting judged, like,
Yeah. What do you think?
I'd like to think good man. But I mean, shit, we all
Think about all the rat families that you've like put in the ground together.
That's the thing. We'll see. It's a bad thing. Yes.
You built an
But the good
empire
news is-
on rat
The good
deaths.
news is, I made sure that the rats had company in the afterlife. Anubis would be proud.
He's like, I've got my own plague down here now, you motherfucker.
Sekhmet, have mercy on me, please.
Jeez.
I think like the only part that actually took me out of the episode was like towards the end when he's being chased by the dog and shit. I was like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm
That
interested to
wasn't too
see
bad
that.
for me.
That was the only part.
I thought one other interesting thing was so you were just talking about the being judged part. I thought it was very it was on purpose and it was jarring. But like he's like right before he's in that area, he was just like trying to stay awake at night. Then the next thing he wakes up, his jaw is broken and he's on the ground. Like me picturing myself in that scenario, like what the hell would be going through your mind? You wake up and your jaw is like busted, dislocated, and you're like, dude, this guy's got to have some trauma. Like he wakes up in random locations and he's like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, what
And
now?
then he's immediately good as new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how's the deal with
Even
it?
after people were firing guns at him, that would be
When he's
like
waving like an
scarring as
imbecile.
shit.
Yeah, he's like, let me put my hood up. I'm in anonymous mode, like it's Assassin's Creed or something like that. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. I love that command that Ethan Hawke does, and then he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all kneel and he's the only one.
That was
kneel
pretty
because he
funny.
didn't understand.
Twerp.
He's like a little late
When
on.
I'm sleeping,
He's
I
a little
woke up-
late on it, and he's like, oh fuck. He's like, oh, I'm caught, damn it. He's like,
Yeah, and then he tries to get the scarab or whatever, the beetle, and he's like, "Here you go." He's like, I'm not doing that, I swear." And just like thinking of like someone else watching that is like, dude, this guy's an ass. He's,
yeah.
like,
Ethan Hawke
pretending to
seemed.
give it to it, and then keeps bringing it back. Like, what a douche.
Ethan Hawke looked a little incompetent. He's like, give it to me, seriously. Like, all right, third time, seriously. Like, I'm not kidding
Yeah.
this time. Like,
Oh, no,
please
pass
give me
again.
the
I
scarab.
will kneecap you.
He's fucking looking around all flustered. Guys, I'm gonna get the scarab. All right, guys, watch, behold, your master. All right, please, man, give me the scarab. There's like 10 people watching. I swear to God, dude. Someone's Snapchatting this right now. It's gonna be on the story. Give me the fucking
Yeah,
scarab.
And then he's like surrounded by people, and he must get like so scared that he like blacks out, because then he like falls asleep. Moon Knight kicks in, beats up all of their asses. Then he wakes up again, and like I think Moon Knight's like, "Oh,
He
dude,
murders
the idiot."
everyone. What?
Yeah,
idiot's in
yeah, look-
control.
There's blood everywhere, like in a bloodbath. You know, you just
the
like,
scarab is covered in blood. It's like, what the hell happened, man? It was like 10 seconds.
I know. Then, man, the cupcake bit. What the fuck?
The thing in the vehicle, the
Yeah.
car chase.
That was the
Yeah.
car chase. I know you got something to say about the car chase.
Dude, most of it was
We all
okay.
do.
Most of it was okay. Like all of it up until there, like it was believable. Like he's running away, he doesn't know what to do, but then like he gets scared. Moon Knight kicks in and beats their asses, and he wakes up in a different position, like he's driving backwards or some shit. The only thing that doesn't
Fast
make
and
sense
Furious.
is like, yeah, like how he would know. Like if he was backing up, he would have had to keep his foot on the pedal to keep driving. That assumes when he switched back, he also kept his foot on the pedal and didn't suddenly let go for some reason because he was unaware of the situation. Because me personally, if I woke up and was driving backwards, I would have let my foot off the gas. That's just me. But yeah, and then the whole thing with the he's driving in a freaking logging truck shows up, and the Moon Knight's like truck, and he's like what? And he sees it, and it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Like I had to rewatch it because it was so like awkward looking.
See, here at the Foundry, we don't rewatch the good parts. We rewatch the bad shit.
We're like, let me get a gander at this again. Was this really as green screen as I thought it was?
El
Yeah, was it
Ganderino.
really that bad? But it
was
was
this cupcake
pretty bad.
real?
It was pretty bad. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, is it like what part of this scene is real now? Because now I'm looking for like shit like that. Like,
I'm so skeptical about a lot of these scenes in all the Marvel projects ever since, what was it, Spider-Man Far From Home? Because like I saw like the behind the scenes parts, even like the guns that they hold, they have CG parts on them, and I'm like, it's a gun. Are you really
yeah, that doesn't
CGing
surprise me.
a gun?
Really?
Yeah, look at like the photos of like Nick Fury and his like little like what is it, tranquilizer gun? Half of it is like just CG'd.
Why? Why would you
Probably
need to
'cause they-
CG
probably because they
gun?
didn't want to like make a full model, so they're like, we don't know what it's gonna look like yet. Let's give him a gun that we can CG later and have a definite design or something.
Boggles my mind.
It's
but, like,
done.
Yeah.
Get a 3D printer. I mean,
I don't know.
Well,
you're
but-
you're a bajillion-dollar fucking company. Make a plastic fucking gun, dude.
it doesn't need to be like a real gun. Just it needs to be physically real at least.
Oh my god, have a. That's wild, dude.
It is
I
wild.
just have trust issues now with Marvel thanks to that. I'm like, half the scene probably is. I don't even think the actors are there for some of them. They're like little stand-ins.
For real. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's wild. I can't believe that, but I think, yeah. What else is something to mention?
Honshu. What do we think of the big bird guy who's pretty much berating Steven?
Oh, is that who's like talking down on him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he was like in the elevator and he's like,
He's like, the idiot's in control again, or he's like,
Yeah.
don't let this guy kill us.
Oh, he's cool. I like him. He's a neat narrator. I like him.
sassy.
Yeah, he is sassy. Yeah.
Very sassy, yeah.
It adds some comedic relief without making the main character seem like a complete fucking doofus, you know? Because it's almost like a relatable thing to where like he is in an intense situation that normal people don't like have to react to or like normalize to. So like, yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking and there's some anxiety involved and they're not gonna act like with full confidence. So it's like they're a bit scatterbrained with him already like being fucking just a big bull of anxiety anyways. So I feel like it's him reacting how any normal person would react in an intense, high-octane situation like that. But then, like, of course, we're used to it. Like, the narrator makes fun of him, like, oh, he threw the gun. Like, why would you do that in an action movie? Like, no one throws
Yeah.
a gun in a high-speed chase in the movies. Like, that's ridiculous, you know? And it was, like, relatable thing. Like, oh, this fucking idiot.
Yeah, it helps bridge that gap between like what we would expect an action movie to have, where he would not throw a gun, we would shoot it instead, but also be like, this is actually how someone would react. Like if you had a gun and you've never used a gun, you'd be like, I don't know what to do with this, and you might throw it because you're like the instinct or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah, it seems like a jaded god where it doesn't make Ethan Hawke or Oscar Isaac seem like a fucking doofus, because it seems like on a lot of Marvel projects or even the superhero projects that when there needs to be like, it needs to be funny, and I don't know why it needs to be fucking funny. They always get unfunny ass actors to pull comedy out of their ass, and it's not funny. Like Brie, who is it? Fucking who is in Captain Marvel? What the fuck's her name?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Yeah, she's not funny. Like I don't think she's very funny. So Captain Marvel wasn't a very funny film to me. Even though, but
Yeah.
There was attempts at comedy in that film anyway.
just every Marvel movie, they try to make it like a fucking knee slapper of a movie. Like everything's got to be like have a
Quippy.
shtick. Yeah, very quippy, and they're not very good at it. Nothing's funny.
Thor was the only Ragnarok was the only one that had like legitimate humor in it, but that's also because like Chris Hemsworth has that natural charisma and like sense of humor about him, where it's like, okay, this is a little bit more believable.
Yeah, and,
even if
like,
the
his-
jokes are shitty.
Yeah, his character's like kind of a black sheep as well to what we're used to, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, you take someone who's like in a foreign environment, they act goofy and funny, and he's got so much like, he's got such a high self-esteem, and he's just a dick, you know? He's just
Yeah.
kind of
I
a
like,
dick.
I like this show how it's a little more grittier and kind of, it's got some spooky elements to it. not
It's
gonna
very
lie.
Yeah.
spooky. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really love it. All the shadowing and the darker scenes. I was like, man, this is
Dude, and that
This is
whole mirror scene,
unusual.
all the mirrors. There are so many mirrors, and like it's very symbolic of his split personality.
Mhm.
You know, which I find very interesting.
Yeah. I had something I've been thinking about a lot about today. The goldfish growing its limb back. What do you guys think?
Oh,
Do you
dude,
think
that's-
do you think that like Moon Knight, the werewolf, went out and bought him a new goldfish?
I think so. Or like
Yeah.
the other version of him, maybe not as Moon Knight, like it would be normal looking him, not in all the cloth Moon Knight.
Mark, I
wrapping and
guess?
stuff. Yeah, Mark. So like it would be Mark that was like, dude, we killed his fish somehow or something. Let's replace it. And so he went out to get one and
I'm
replaced
excited
it.
to see more Mark.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I want Steven. I'm a Steven stan. I'm Team Steven.
Stan?
I'm Team
Alright.
Steven.
I'm team Mark simply because I've seen some of the comic panels where he has like conversations with other characters, and I'm like, holy shit, this man is just has no chill. I don't know if you've seen the comic panel between him and like talking to the Punisher. He's just like, is your family still dead? It's like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
literally, he just looks at me. He's like, you still worshiping that fake god? He's like, your kid's still dead, bro? Like,
Jesus Christ.
oh man.
So the villain, what do we know about the villain? Sly, do you know anything about him?
I actually wanted to pitch that. I'm not sure if Ethan Hawke is the villain or if the goddess Ma'at is going to be the villain. So
Huh.
Ma'at is the goddess that Ethan Hawke keeps worshipping. Ma'at is the goddess who essentially would weigh your heart against a feather in the afterlife. And it was to see, the truth about what kind of life you lived. And obviously he shows that with the little awesome cane with the two crocodiles on it.
Yeah.
But he keeps saying about how she's kind of like imprisoned, and of course he keeps talking about wanting the scarab. Scarabs in like Egyptian mythology, and then just like in Egypt, it's a very important creature. And I'm guessing that scarab kind of has some sort of like, maybe it's kind of like a key to her prison. Maybe she ends up being the villain overall, and like he's trying to set her free, kind of like some Pirates of the Caribbean type shit with
What
like
if
Calypso.
That is her prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so,
That's
I'm not
that's
sure.
interesting. Because at some point he did say that like she's tired. She's not getting not getting the souls that she requires. So he's like, I'm doing it for her. I'm bringing them in
Right.
early. And I'm like, that's
Right.
kind of doesn't seem right. Like bringing in people prematurely. Like that's the Grim Reaper going out like killing people a little early. It's like, I'm bored. Like
that's exactly what he did with the old lady. It's like you have, you've lived a good life, but it sees the future too, and it's like, what future bullshit? What? You
Yeah.
haven't done anything wrong yet. Are you really gonna kill someone?
yeah,
How do you know?
very weird.
But yeah, he's an interesting character. I guess we don't know if he's the villain yet, but he's an interesting character. He's certainly menacing.
Oh yeah, and
because
he's
of his
sick of
confidence.
freaking like mythological, like dogs, hellhound type shit on Steven. So I mean, he obviously doesn't have the best intentions.
Yeah. He
And he's
doesn't give
definitely
a
got
shit.
the Osho vibes with that cult little area. I was gonna say,
Oh.
it reminded me a lot of like Resident Evil 4, like the villagers.
Oh yeah, did you say it was the Alps?
I think so, yeah. They was like Germany.
It was
They-
weird
I'm
as
pretty sure it was
they were in,
Germany.
like,
Yeah.
Germany
it
or
was
something.
just weird as fuck because he just spawns in the grass and he looks up and I'm like, is that a fucking castle wall, dude? And then the dude just looks down at the waves at him. He's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" He's like, "What is this idiot?" And he's like, "That's one we need to kill. Shoot him."
Yeah.
He's being friendly. Shoot him.
Yeah, that was very weird. Yeah, very weird. But I'm really looking forward to the next episode. I know we didn't like do our usual like start from the top, move our way down. We just kind of like pick some bits and pieces. We didn't really go into like we didn't really lean into heavy into spoilers, did we?
Not really.
Yeah.
No,
So
not
yeah.
at
So
all,
if
yeah.
you guys want to like check the show out, I feel like people might not want to watch it yet because it's like maybe people don't know it's like super part of the like MCU or it's like super like comic booky, and I
a
know
little more
people
niche.
exactly. So people might be hesitant to start it or something, because Oscar Isaac isn't a huge name. He's a fantastic actor. So is Ethan Hawke. They're fucking both great. So far, what I've seen, they're fantastic in the show. I think everyone should give it a watch at least because I don't even know which direction it's heading. It's very spooky and it's a lot of mystery and it's a bit of drama. There's some comedy with it too. It's a bit for everybody involved. So check it out. Watch it. That's Shall we drop some ratings, boys?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, well, at the end, we saw his outfit, though, right?
Yes.
Talk
we get a
about
review.
that.
Very pleased. That
Me
we had a
too.
review.
Fucking
For the first
solid.
time in the first episode, we didn't have to wait the whole season for them to be like, "You're gonna get a costume." None of
Daredevil.
that. I'm so tired of. Yes, thank you. I'm so tired of that cliche. Give him just establish the character and then introduce it to us.
Yeah, and maybe give us some like backstory later. Like
Exactly.
we want to
You can
feel like
always
we're
have-
there already.
Especially because he doesn't even know who he is. He could have that path to discovery and be like, "Oh shoot, this is how all this came to be." I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Well, we have to at some point. So, I feel I give this a solid 8 for sure. It was a very, very good intro to the show. Definitely enjoyed it. Some nitpicky things, but overall, very good.
I'll go 8.
I will follow up with an 8 as well. I'd say that's a pretty fair score for it. A good start.
Yeah. So that's the official Foundry score is at 8 for this episode, you guys. Pretty fresh, But next week we'll be back with some Moon Knight, a new episode. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode down below in the comments, guys. Drop some support. Leave the review on Twitter. Spread the love, the Foundry Sluggy love. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate the discussion down below. We'll see you guys later on the next one. But until then, bye everybody.
Peace.
Bye.